Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to Madam Munawira and all my dear friends. First of all, we would like to thank all of you for being present here. We hope you guys were in the best of health. Today, we stand here to present one of the craziest topics that may pique your interest. Please allow the three of us introduce ourselves first before we start going deeper into the main topic. Let's begin with me as I'm holding the stage for now. My name is Muhammad Syarimin Adam and my matrix number is 01DAD21F1042.
Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Aiman Haziq Maksum and my metric number is 01DAD21F1054.
Hi everybody, my name is Muhammad Amzar bin Qasim. My metric number is 1 DAD 21F1043.
Dear friends, what do you think at the world today? Is there anything new besides pandemic here, pandemic there all the time, all this year? How many things went wrong? How's the economy? How many things we would like to see, but uh, that we would like to see should happen, but no, because of the situation we have got. Not to mention now our country are facing another problem that seriously kind of torn us out. Okay, from our topic, this might go a little bit sideways, but friend, as a boy, I wish to see many crazy things being invented, even though our situation were like this. Even though the majority of these people in this world focus more on recovering from this pandemic. I wish to see a flying car that I were being told someone will invented it in 2020. But what year is now, Ayman?
It's 2021.
And where's the flying car?
It's nowhere to be seen.
That's it. That's right. So, Ayman, care to tell them what we are actually gonna talk about?
Alright, today we're going to talk about the craziest ideas that engineers scientists have been dreams up. As Sharon said, many things have gone abandoned since our world facing this pandemic crisis, including scientists around the world as they focus more into medical things. Logically speaking, we were left far from our original plan to make a futuristic world with many crazy technology. We're supposed to begin seeing that development since 2 years ago. So let's not waste time. We go to the first craziest idea that engineer and scientists have dreamed up. First, the floating house or the floating cities. Okay, see, as the sea level rise, some low-lying cities have started experimenting with floating building and amphibious house. But one architect has another unlikely sounding suggestion. What if building could avoid flooding simply by not touching the ground? Architect named Lyra Lewis is a global American architect specializing in organic architecture. She thought of the concept as she was working on another installation that happened to be on water and require invisible, easily removable attachment. So, she started using magnet for the attachment, and when she accidentally held the magnet in the wrong way, she noticed that they repelled each other even through a layer of water. So, the current model is tiny 13 ounce and can levitate 1.5 inch off the ground. Lewis says that the height of levitation would depend on the height of a building, much like a foundation do now. Like a skyscraper might have a footing a third the size of the total height. A small house need much more less. Of course, that's very good chance that it may not work. Lewis is also building a slightly large prototype that will be on display at the upcoming covering conference, and she hopes to eventually build it at scale. So, at the next craziest idea that engineers and scientists have dreamed up is a levitating transport system. So, let me tell you guys, did you ever wonder what travel might look like in the future? Well, you won't have to wonder much longer. Meet the personal maglev transport system. Modern civilization is plagued with a transportation issue from traffic jams to city-wide smog. However, a few facilitating this issue by using powerful electromagnet to develop high-speed trains. This new form of travel are called maglev trains. Maglev is short for magnetic levitation. Essentially, the train floats over a guideway using a magnet instead of typical steel wheel and steel train tracks. In this way, the train levitates. Electromagnet attract metal objects, but this is only a temporary attraction. If you disconnect either end and stop the flow of electricity, the magnetic field is taken away and the levitation stops. In these new trains, the magnetic field is created by the electrified coils in the guideway walls. So as we can see in the image above, we can see how the car ideally looks like. The SkyTrain is a personal rapid transit system that was first proposed by inventor Douglas Malowicki in 1990, and we are set to make this idea a reality. The car will run some 6 meters, 20 feet above the ground. Each SkyTrain car will be able to transport two individuals, so don't plan on using them to transport the whole family unless you have a smallish family. So, the car will also be able to travel over 64 kilometers in 40 miles per hour, and you will be able to call one with smartphone apps. So that's some craziest idea that we have been see in where the engineer and scientists have dreamed up. So that's all from me. Amza, you can take the next one.
Wow, the Megler's Dream. I like that name very much. Right. Thank you, Eman. Dear Madam Munawira, I should now present to you my point about scientists and engineers have dreamed up a long time ago, which will give a big difference for our future. The point that scientists really want to eventually is animal translator. Being able to communicate with animals would mean more than just forging closer emotional ties with them. It could eliminate ties. It could eliminate the guesswork in caring for animals and even save their life. While I do some research about this topic, I have found that estimate 3 million unwanted cats and dogs are euthanized each year only in United States. Okay, if 3 million homeless cat and dog in United States, image how many more of them in this entire world. In this many cases, because of their poorly understood behavioral problem between human or owner and pet. Similarly, AI technology could make things easier for farmer and rancher. For instance, by quickly identifying animals that are sick by detecting signs of pain in their face, a scale for estimating for farmer and rancher to communicate with their farm animal directly and easily. Okay, beside that, the second point is geostorm, or scientists call it geomagnetic storm technology. Why is this technology that can make us wonder it can save the future? Alright, geostorm is satellite that can predict and flick the disaster in future, which will prolong the lifespan of the Earth and human civilization. This technology is mind blowing and also one of the biggest ideas that can save the entire world. Many climate experts say it Earth will drop in the next multiple decade, which can obliterate human and nature. So, scientists and engineers struggling together to come up with this idea. Otherwise, if geostorm technology has created. The disasters such as tsunami, flood, earthquake, global warming, and freezing weather can avoid. All of these are natural disasters, but we as a human being and have a brilliant mind to make us something that can save us the next generation. In addition, also can make our planet long last. All of this idea and invention idea is surprising and outside of box thinking levels. Okay, now I'll give it to my best friend, Muhammad Sharif.
Thank you, Hamza. Both of you. Are you sure it is safe? Hyperloop is a future transportation that will change the trend nowadays called maglev, the same type as Ayman said. Maglev can run 350 57 mph per hour. Yeah, not country every have it, but for sure train into because Hyperloop basically designed for being super cool. Yeah, super cool, super fast, super efficient, and super safe. A hyperloop is described as a big vacuum sealed tub or a system of connected vacuum sealed tub having a low air pressure through which a pod may travel substantially free of air resistance or friction. Okay, that might be a little bit hard to understand. Just imagine this one. Almost every transportation in this world have aerodynamic shape, right? Like plane, cars, a supercar, or anything, any transportation. That's for the purpose to lower the air resistance. But hyperloop negative all of that. It uh it it clear this problem because inside the tube there's nothing that can hold the hyperloop to go as fast as it want. That's why um, that's why hyperloop is 10 times much better than any regular rail service. Um, Beside that, supporters argue that hyperloop could be cheaper and faster than train or a car travel, and cheaper and less air pollution travel. They claim that it also quicker and cheaper to build than a traditional high-speed rail. That is because the hyperloop itself were and the tube were already made at the factory. So the worker just continue to build the way for the hyperloop train. So that's why it is worldwide easy, fastest transportation can be made in this world, and it is possible to travel between two cities in less than 1 hour, I think. Because take example in Malaysia, you can travel between Thailand and Singapore in less than 1 hour with this hyperloop. That's crazy, right? So, hyperloop, besides making the travel between a city easier, it's also potential unlocking major economic benefit as a result. I hope you're excited with that one because my next point is even more. Have you ever thought about living abroad? Hamza?
I think I do.
I bet you do. I mean, way much further than any place on Earth. You did, right? Okay. According to according to the research of human, we human already tried to get in touch with other planet other than Earth, and what we found out is that there is a few planet out there with humankind possible to live, and one of the closest possibility is Mars. Okay, thanks to the image and data collected and by telescope both on Earth and space, we now know that billions of years ago, Mars had the three critical ingredients for life. It has abundance of chemical building block. Second, it has liquid water on its surface, so it will not short on water shortage. And the last one is that we have an energy source or the volcanic activity to power the chemical reaction that make human that make a human life possible. On Earth, we refer it as a sun. Then the only home human has ever known is Earth. But history show that surviving as species on this tiny blue dot on this vacuum of space is tough and by no means guaranteed. Putting human on one on more than one planet would better ensure our existence thousand if not millions years from now. You can take this dinosaur as an example. They roamed the planet for 165 million years, but now the only trace of them are just fossil remain. The colossal asteroid wiped them out. So if only they survive on other planets, we may still get a chance to see them alive right now. So that's why another reason we should go to Mars, according to Tyson, it is to inspire to the next generation of space explorer, humanity exploration to explore space that what drive us toward more advanced technology invention that will undoubtedly benefit mankind in one way or another. I believe that's all my point. Hamza?
Wow, wow, wow. I'm stunned to speak because Maglev train idea, Mars idea, that is unbelievable.
Not
Very,
to
very
mention
interesting idea.
animal translator too.
That's it. Alright, thank you, Shari and Aiman. What future have for us might be more amazing than we are planning at the topic right now. Although it might take a decade for things like we mentioned actually get invented. But still, three of us here cannot wait to see any of these ideas apply in the future.
True.
I am both optimistic and pessimistic about the future. As I think of how we will improve the and develop the quality of life, health, generation, and planet we live in through advance in science and technology. I am optimistic as I think of how the evolution of technology will push boundary on stone. It will be either because those tools cannot exist. Alright, for example, there is no such a thing as world that is perfect. We call it utopia.
True.
Nor is there such a thing as a world in which everything is imperfect. We call it dystopia. Alright. I think that's enough from three of us tell of this idea, and I hope Madam enjoy our speech. And it has been a great honor and pleasure for us to be here today. Thank you.
Truly, thank you.
Thank you.